Well, good afternoon, and this is Friday, and I've been tidying up and sweeping up and cleaning up my veranda. So it's always very pleasing just to clear those pathways. And I've put my cotton come again box over here in the sunlight, and as you can see, the regrowth from the first cut, and plenty left there for about another 2 cuts, I'd say. So as I said at the very beginning, by the time I'm finished cutting the box, it's ready to start cutting again. So, got some pots there in the wheelbarrow that I'm going to be filling. This is the time to get some nice seasonal flowers in, and also to divide up flowers. It's still not too late to divide up. But what I managed to do last autumn was to divide up a lot of the perennial plants and put them into pots, so I only really have to repot them. Yeah, quite a lovely day. Quite a few rain clouds up there. I don't mind a bit of rain. Bit of noise in the background, that's the tractor, but we won't mind too much about that. So a little bit of a walk and talk today. Just going to go round to the car and get my jacket, because it's still a little bit nippy, you know. There's a little bit of chill in the air. The beautiful celandines, their little faces just pointed up towards the sun. Little insects enjoying the time on them. Look, there's one just rolling around, having a lovely time. I'm just walking along one of the new paths. These paths now go all the way around the lower woodland, connecting up all the little areas. And of course, all the chippings have come from the trees and the shrubs that have grown here. So it's absolutely keeping everything on site and trying to import as little as possible. So I just want to share with you something, a little bit about foraging, because foraging is such good fun and it can really keep you healthy during lean times, you know, when food's becoming more and more precious. You see those beautiful dandelion flowers? Well, one would think that that's a flower, but in actual fact, it's not a flower. What it is a series of flowers. So each petal is a flower in itself. Now you can pick some of the petals off and put them onto salads. They look gorgeous. Just sort of thrown across the top of a salad. And they are quite delicious too. Each little petal is a flower. And this is something else you can forage. See these beautiful leaves, these lovely oval shaped leaves? That's sorrel. And the young leaves are very tasty. And if you just chew them, tastes a little bit like crab apple. So that's another lovely thing to add to a salad. Dandelions are very beautiful. When you look at them, they look a little bit like a chrysanthemum flower. They're gorgeous. Okay, something else you can add to salads. And these are the young leaves of the hawthorn. These used to be known in the countryside as bread and butter. They're very tasty. So I've just come along here. It's the back of one of the mounds. Got to duck my head a fair few times along here because there's certain trees I don't like cutting back. I prefer them to grow as much as possible, and then if the branches really do fall very low, then I will of course have to prune that or cut it back so as I can keep walking the paths. Like little tunnels, so you get this little tunneled effect, which I think is so magical. It stirs something in the human psyche, doesn't it? When you see something like this. Maybe it takes us back to that innocence of childhood, when everything really was possible. Before it was drummed out of us, when we were cajoled and pressed and drummed into the world of man, the world of human unkind, as I call it. But the magic's still there. It's deep within us. And every so often when we see something like this, it rises up just that little bit more. Just that little bit more. Now I'm making these daily diary videos because it's my way of providing a little bit of an antidote to the chaos in the world, the unbridled chaos. And I'm not talking about war, because I was born into war in 1955, and there's been war ever since, every year. Except that for most of those wars we haven't really cared that much, or it's been too far away, or hasn't been reported on very much, or you know. But this is an antidote, or a little bit of an antidote, not to that, because that's always been there, but it's an antidote to the way in which we are being funneled and channeled and I don't know, it's hard to describe really. I don't even know if I want to bother giving it that energy, so I won't. Let's just say that these little videos are my way of sharing what's really important. And what's really important is our connection with Mother Earth. That's what's really important. And that's what our human journey is all about. And the more that we can connect, the more life and peace and enchantment we have in our lives. We nurture her, we nurture ourselves. Everything is very simple. The only complexity in this world is human unkind. That's all.